Thank you for joining us again. This is News Now. I am Frank Komalape. Now, the federal government has launched a survey exercise to verify victims of terrorist attacks in Plateau State. The victims, mostly men and women, were seen on Thursday morning trooping to New Era Hotel in Jos. The venue of the verification exercise where the officials from the Federal Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Disaster Management and Social Development were on ground to attend to them. In an interview in just Thursday, the Minister Sadiya Umaru Farouk said the exercise was aimed at determining the appropriate intervention response for the victims. Leader Northern Youth for Leadership and Governance Abdullahi Yusuf, who participated in the exercise, commended the federal government for initiating the intervention plan. He urged the victims in the state to take the verification exercise seriously to enable them to benefit from the program in due course. Away from there now, the Inspector General of Police, Usman Baba, on Thursday met with commissioners of police and heads of police formations in Abuja to strategize on the forthcoming 2023 general elections and the security situation in the country. The security meeting at the force headquarters is attended by CPS, Assistant Inspector General of Police, Deputy Inspectors General of Police, and other top-ranked police officers. The major focus of the meeting is election security towards the 2023 general elections and an improvement on the security architecture of the country to checkmate criminals and nip criminal activities in the bud. We'll bring you more details in our subsequent bulletins. And of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission has said that it recovered over 30 billion naira out of the 109 billion naira alleged to have been fraudulently amassed by the suspended Accountant General of the Federation, Ahmed Idris. Chairman of the EFCC, Abdul Rashid Bawa, disclosed on Thursday at the weekly ministerial briefing in the House State. Responding to a question posed on the independence of the Commission, the FCC both asserted that high-profile personalities and government agencies across the board have been subject to investigation, including the FCC, which is evident of the government's successful anti-corruption drive. He disclosed that a special control unit against money laundering will make it difficult for Nigerians to launder proceeds of crime in the next 2 or 3 years. He also announced that the Commission will, by year-end, publish nationwide auction real estate across 15 locations in the country in order to dispose of over 150 flats and apartment forfeited assets. And now, Justice Silvanus Origi of the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory in Abuja has declined to grant a motion seeking to stop the new cash withdrawal policy of the Central Bank of Nigeria. The application was brought before the court by 10 named applicants by themselves and on behalf of 20 million Nigerian citizens who do not use banks. President Muhammadu Buhari, Attorney General of the Federation Central Bank of Nigeria, and other Governor of Central Bank of Nigeria, Godwin Emefiele, were listed as respondents. After listening to the counsel to the applicant, Justice Origi declined the prayers of injunction, but rather directed that all the respondents be put on notice to come and show cause why the order for injunction should not be granted against them. The judge thereafter adjourned the matter to January 10, 2023, after granting orders for accelerated hearing and substituted service. And in the meantime, Nigeria's ambassador to Spain, Demola Seriki, is dead. The Lagos politician was said to have died in Madrid, Spain. He was aged 63. His death was announced in a notice signed by his children on Thursday. The notice said that he died in Madrid, Spain in early hours of the day. He passed away peacefully surrounded by his family in Madrid, Spain. The notice said, born November 30, 1959, he was a politician, teacher, businessman, and public administrator. He served until his death as the Nigerian ambassador to Spain, a position he assumed in January 2021 with concurrent accreditation as a permanent representative of Nigeria to the United Nations World Tourism Organization. He previously served as Nigeria's Minister of State for Defense. May his soul rest in peace. Away from there now, the Lagos State Governor, Mr. Babajide Sanwo-Olu, has expressed the plan of his administration to integrate advanced technology and climate change concerns with healthcare services in the state. The governor disclosed this according to a statement on Wednesday. Sanwo-Olu was represented by the State Commissioner for Health, Akin Abayomi, noted that the state government had put a lot of effort into collaboration and forward-thinking initiatives in healthcare delivery. Also speaking at the event, a Chief Executive Officer of Bosco HMI, Nike Osa, said the provision of access to healthcare is in vulnerable and underrepresented communities is the key to the primary goal of responding to medical and social emergencies with direct interventions via teams that consist of a variety of medical and non-medical volunteers. A former State Commissioner for Health, Dr. Jide Idris, noted that proper financing for the medical field has the potential to rise about 10% to the gross domestic product. And now the Oyo State government has presented an additional set of 120 generators to primary health facilities across the state. Speaking at the event, the Executive Secretary of Oyo State Primary Healthcare Board, Moideen Olatunji, said the brain behind the distribution of the generator set is to make healthcare available and accessible to all the nooks and crannies of the state. He added, however, that the provision will boost service delivery in the state health sector. In his remarks, the Special Assistant on Environment, the Governor Ademola Aderito, noted that the delivery of generators to Oyo State primary health care centers is part of Governor Makide's initiative to ensure that each ward has a primary health care center nearest to the people.
In the wisdom of Engineer Seyi Makinde, he had ordered us to ensure, at least for a start, 351 primary health care centers that they are renovated, upgraded, which means in some cases we do have to even completely reconstruct some of the PACs that we discovered are probably made of mud or something like that.
I have worked with His Excellency Governor Seyi Makinde for a while, and before he says anything with his mouth, then he's ready to go every length to fulfill it. So when he said we are going to 351, definitely we will get to 351 with the support of the Almighty God and the people. Why you see us do it in phases and batches is because the ones we are giving out are the places where the work is completed.
And my message is that too much is given, much is expected, that, you know, the people of the community, the people of the state, they should see that this is a really man that have an interest in man. And they should pay him back when it comes to the time of election, that, you know, he has been keeping to the promise, he has been made his promise and been keeping to that promise, that they should assist him, they should support him, and make sure that he is being re-elected into this same seat come to 2023 general election.
All the way from there now, the United Nations Office for the Coordination of Human Affairs has said that over 4.4 million people have been affected by the floods since July 2022. The report also noted that at least 2.4 million people were displaced in the country due to flooding. It also stated that more than half of the displaced persons were residents of Bayelsa State. The report accounted for the destruction of farmlands and lamented that this may lead to high food insecurity in the country. The agency advised that priority humanitarian needs to remain shelter, access to clean water and sanitation, food, health care, and interventions to prevent or address disease outbreaks such as cholera.